guys, this is Sherry from Share Bear Cottage. Hope you're all doing well today. Today is my Thursday. So what I want to do is bring you something a little different. I've been looking around and I have so many of these text boxes from books. I don't know if you guys are in the same fix, but I've just got to find a way to either use some of these or finally just toss them. I don't know what else to do. So today we're going to begin by making, see how many things that I can get in this video by making and using text pages. So I jotted down a small list. Now this is a small list, that I jotted down while I was watching TV. And so I thought I'd bring you some of these ideas, in case you're in my fix like this. So today we're going to use this book. This is an old book. It has gold pages. It came in a beautiful book cover, and so I want to, and I have 4 of them. So I want to use this one today. So where I usually start, if I'm going to be making some things, I'll start like the day before, and I will, excuse me, just a moment. I just needed to get a sip of my coffee before it got cold. Okay, so I don't know where I was. Anyway, I usually make my faux cardstock, and that's what I call it. And I don't think anybody else calls it that or even uses it that way. But I'll take a book, and I've done this on times when, I was making something in cardstock, and I ran out of cardstock, and I needed some cardstock, and I thought, okay, well, what in the world can I make cardstock out of? So I picked up some old books and did that, and that's where that came from in my life. So, and I'm sure this is not a new idea. I'm sure somebody's come up with it somewhere, because there's nothing new under the sun. So what I start out doing is I'm making, the type of thickness that I need, for whatever I'm making. So what I'll do here is I'll make some 2-page, 3-page, and 4-page. I've never gone to 5-page. That would be like a book cover or something like that, because it would be very thick. But what I'll do here is we'll just make some 2. And all I do is I take a glue stick that you are, that you have some confidence in, and put it all over the page. You want it all over your page. It's kind of hard to hang on to sometimes, but it'll work. Now mine, I'm not too worried about getting this all over my page. I could use wet glue. I could use Yes, that glue that comes in the jar. Let's see if I have some of that. And then just press it down and give it a really good press. I'll take some of my tools and I'll just press over that like that. And there we go. Just, press it till it's nice and smooth, and we'll have it like that. Now let me see if I can find that. Yes, here it is right here. This is a product that I've used a lot. It's about half empty. I forget about it a lot, but it works very good. And it's a paste, sort of like the paste that we used to use when we were kids. Well, if you're old as me, kids in school, and it goes on real smooth, and it doesn't ripple your page too much. You can dilute this with water, but if you do, you need to be careful that you don't put too much water, and then it'll make your paper ripple. You can use, I suppose Mod Podge would work too. So there we've got 2 pages right there. So I'll do a 3-page. And this is pretty much all there is to it. I always leave it in the book text box itself because it's just easier to handle. You don't have to worry about, it coming out even or any of that stuff. And it works really well. So, if you run out of cardstock someday when you're busy and into the middle of things and you don't want to stop, you know, you can always try this. And I'm not being too particular because most of these I will be sewing around the edge. But, you know, if you're not sewing, you can do this without sewing. It's fine. But if you're not sewing, I would suggest that you take and you put your, if you want to use your stick glue, you put that on. And then you might want to put a little bit of wet glue on with it. Okay, so there's a 3. This is a 3-page. And all I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put it aside, you know, to let it go. I'll smooth down the back too. But I'll put it aside and let it just dry overnight. And then I'll have my cardstock. Now, when I usually do this, I usually do a whole bunch at the same time. I usually do it when I'm sitting in my recliner with my little desk lamp. My little lap desk, and you know, I'll do a whole bunch at the same time. So this is a number 3. So I'm gonna write it a number 3 on here. Let's see, 3. There we go. And I'll put it aside. Okay. So now, so you get the gist of this. You know, you just leave it in your text box. You make however many. I usually make 2, 3, or 4. That's it. No more than 2, 3, or 4 pages. Okay. So I have some made here. This is the one we just made. I want it to dry a little bit more before we work with it. And of course, the first thing, you know, we can do is we can make tags. Now with tags, you can use either a number 2 or a number 3. Number 2 will not take up as much thickness as number 3, if you want to remember that. And you certainly don't need number 4 for a tag. So, so we all know how to make tags. Usually what I do here is I'll take my book page, I'll cut off this rough edge. Let's just do this. I'll cut off the rough edge. This will probably be, you know, 2 or 3 videos if you want to watch and keep up with, you know, what you can do with book pages. And here I'm just going to cut this jagged edge off. You can't see it down here, but just, you know, barely to the edge there. I like to leave them as big as I can so that, you know, depends on what I'm using it for, actually. So I'll just cut that off. And it makes a nice, smooth cut. Okay, now these are number 3. Number 3 is, well, we don't want a 3. We want a number 2 for our tags. Because I don't want the bulk, you know, of the book. I try really hard because I love to stuff my journals with all kinds of neat things for my customers, the journals that I sell or the journals that I give away. And I like to leave as much space as I can, you know, because we all know they get that alligator mouth. Now, personally, I love a big fat journal with an alligator mouth, but a lot of people don't. So, this is a number 2. Okay, this number 2 is what we're going to make a tag out of. Let me just do a little check off. Now for my notes, I put you can use either a 2 or a 3, like I explained. And so for the tags, I think that this width, whatever that width is, let's just measure it. That'll be a 5.5. It's perfect height for tag. So out of this particular piece, see, it's 8.5. Okay, so I can get, how many? I can get, what? Let's see, 8.5 would be 4.25. Okay, so this is the middle. All right, and then, what the heck? I'm terrible at fractions. So, so that'd be what, 2 1/8, 2 1/8, and then 4. Oh, let's just scooch it down, and we'll do another 2 1/8, and then we should have 2 1/8 there. Okay. So now we have 4 tags that we can have for 2 1/8. I should probably just leave this little guy up here. All right. Okay. Maybe I can use my smaller one. Let me try my little chopper. Okay, so we're going to measure. I don't know where I made that little mark, but we're going to measure 2 1/8 right here. Oh yeah, I see my mark now. All right, right about there. Try to make it straight as you can. And here's your tag. All you have to do is cut your little ends off. You know, see, I have a little chomper for that. I don't have that memory keeper's chomper, but I do have this little one. Let me reach for it in my box of tools down here. I do have this one. And let's see, let's make it the biggest. And these aren't, you know, too big by all means. Oh, let's stick it in there again. All right. So there you have your tag. Now, from here, it's endless. It's endless what you can do with this. You can make a hole in your tag, of course. You can put paper on it. You can put washi tape on it. And I think I'll get the washi tape out and we'll use that. You can put fabric on it. You can put lace on it. Oh my gosh, it just goes on and on and on. Here's my washi tape. I'm sorry, you guys, my desk has so many things in it because I'm, you know, like if I see it, I use it kind of person. So I'm sorry if it takes me a little longer, but I'm getting there. Okay, so I have some of these. They're just like 2 and a little bit. Let's use a couple of these. Here's one that's a little bit longer than 2. Which you can make them 3. You can make them any size you want. You know, that's the whole idea. And here's this one. Let's make this kind of, let's turn it over. Yeah. We will make this like this. Just put your washi tape over it. Press it down good. Now, not every tag has to have a, you know, backing on it. You know, if you don't want it to be used for writing, you don't have to have it used for writing. So, I'm just going to get my scissors. Scissors. Excuse me. Okay. Can y'all see okay? Do I need to back up a little bit? There. Is that better? Whoa. I always hate this. I can't ever get it right. And okay. So now we have an option here on the back. We can just fold it over, make it work that way, and then put a little piece of paper on top. Let's do that. So we can fold them over, right? This side, this side. They're not even, but it doesn't matter if you're going to cover it. Yeah, doesn't matter. Just, you know, seal it all the way, because then you can just cut it off. Just cut it off like this. I think I need to scooch up a little bit. Just cut that baby off. And at this rate, you can make so many. But when you do this, make a whole bunch, you know, at one time. Now see how cool that looks? Now that looks like a really cool tag, I think. You know, maybe maybe you don't think so, but I love it like that. And then you can either put a tab at the top, a piece of lace at the top, punch a hole at the top, whatever you want to do. Put another little piece of washi tape at the top. So many things to do. A cool thing about using a book page, you know, that is 8.5, is that most of the papers that we use in the US are 8.5 by 11. So, because of that, if you cut your pages in half, this is just a piece of coffee dyed paper I have, you cut them in half, so you have exactly, well, I guess I just got lucky with this one, but it's also exactly the same length. But you can get 4 pieces out of your plain paper to do with your tags. So let's just put this tag on here. I'm almost done with this. Yeah, I think I'm done with this one. Let's get another one. All right, here's one right here. Goody goody. I gotta order some more glue sticks too. So let's put some glue stick on it. Now, like I said, I'm not being too careful because I am going to be sewing all this, but check this out. You just put this right on the back, all the way down to the bottom, all the way up to the top. Now this one I did make 2 inches instead of 2 1/8, so I got like a 16th there and a 16th there. And then I'm going to smooth it down with something. And you can use your bone folder if you want. I have a Teflon one here, but I have another one over there. But this one is not so harsh on the paper, I think. So you can smooth this down. Now, like I said, if you're not sewing, it's no problem. You just need to make sure you got enough glue on there and it'll work perfectly for you. So let's cut this off. I'm just decorating one of these for you so that you can see, you know, how it's going to look. And I think I also have my hole punch right here. And we can make a punch. This is just a regular standard desk hole punch. Oops. So right there. And, oh, I see a little lip here, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me, but I'll cut it off. Okay. Then the next thing you probably would want to do is, if you ink, you'd want to ink. If you don't ink, you're done. Except for your tassel or whatever you're going to put on there. Piece of lace, piece of ribbon, piece of seam binding, you know, whatever you're going to put on there, you know, then you're done. I just put a little, am I close enough? I'm so sorry. Just put a little ink on here because I like to ink things. And I will be stitching around. So I will be stitching around this. All right, let's put that aside with one done. All right, so next, the next thing I have on my list is to do a tag window. Okay, I have my cutter out here, I hope. Okay, here's my cutter. So to do a tag window, this is a 2-ply still left over. I have saved it. And this one, I would probably want to do at least a 3-inch tag. Let's see. Let me see what it looks like. 3-inch. Yeah, probably a 3-inch. So let's get the cutter back. Cutter, where did you go? Oh my gosh, it's right here. Okay. So I'm going to do a 3-inch tag. Okay, so 3-inch. Okay. This one, I don't know what that is, but that'd be good too. This looks like it's about a 3 1/4. Let's see what it is. It is a little over 3 1/4, 3 and, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Oh, 3 3/4. Yeah, 3 3/4. Let's use it. Okay. Now the reason I'm using this one. Oh, you know what? I need 2 of these. I'm sorry. I'm doing a tag with a window. So I want to make 2 of these exactly the same. So we'll do this one a 3-inch too. There we go. Now they better be all right. They're good. Now the next thing I want to do is, you know, kind of like draw. Well, I can use this part. Give me. Oh, if you know me, I'm always trying to do the easiest thing. I better stop that. So I have just a cutter plate here. Maybe I'll just use my other plate. It's kind of dirty. I'm sorry. All right. How big do I want to make this center? I probably went 3/4 of, or a 1/2 inch all the way around. So I'm going to mark it with pencil. So here, I'm using my board here, and then a 1/2 inch down here, here. I suggest you don't use a marker like this. This is licorice black, and it's a colored pencil. Use something you can erase. Okay, and then this way, probably the same. Okay, so right about here. Oh. And here, and here, and looks like it's a little tiny bit off, but that's okay. We're okay. You know, we are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I have a little ruler here that I will use. Cover that. Okay, so so here we go, and I'm just going to draw a line from here to here. I really need the other kind of pencil. I want something I can erase. Oh, golly gee whiz. Okay, I found one. So I'm just going to mark these 2, and I'm going to make a line from there to there, just like that. Over here, I'm going to make this line, from here to here. Then across this way. Now I'm marking darker than I normally would because I want you to be able to see it. I hope you can see it. Let's come down. gosh. You guys, I'm so sorry. Oh. I can't find where my camera is. Okay, I'll just scooch up. Okay. So I hope you can see me. So from here to here. Yeah. This is the way I found easiest to, you know, if you don't want to put this through a die cutter, I found this the easiest way to, you know, draw your lines and cut out your window. And then this one here to here. Okay. So I hope you can see that. Yeah, I can see it. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our cutter and we're going to go from one corner to the other corner. Now, if you want to, you know, just poke it through, you can. I find this makes it much neater. That way. You see? And then this way. Oop. And this way. Corner to corner. Now remember, you're going through two thicknesses right up to the corner. All right, so now you can take your scissors, you know, and just go, I missed that corner a little bit. You can take your scissors and just cut this out. Easy peasy. Right on the line. There. If you have a bigger sheet, you can also, you know, make more cuts so that your little cuts are straighter. If that makes any sense. I don't know. It does for me. In other words, instead of such a long cut, you know, you can also cut, you know, up here to the edge and then make your cut. These scissors are kind of big. Actually, I'm going to just do it with my cutter. Easier, more efficient, and straighter, right? But you have the option if you don't want to use your cutter and you just want to use your scissors. All up to you. This is just the way I do it. That's all. I'm just showing you what I do. Okay, so look at that. We have a very nice window. Now, we can do one of two things. We can leave our backside like this and, you know, put something inside there before we put our acetate on. Like that. We put our acetate on and, you know, say that's a flower or something. And there's our tag. Or we can cut the second one exactly the same as this one, and you'd be able to see through it like there was two here. So in that case, you put your acetate in on one side, then you put your acetate in on the other side, and you will have a window pocket or a tag, or a, you know, if it's smaller you could use it as a dangle, you know, whatever. If it was smaller, you can also use it as what do you call it, you know, the photo squares. You could use it for that too. In fact, this one, because it's this length it is, you could probably just do it like this, you know. And no, we can't do it that way. See what I get for thinking? Yep. But you can make a smaller one for your photos. Not photos. What are they called? Those, my brain's not working. They're, well, I don't know what they're called. I'll think of it and I'll put it in the description. Okay, so that's how you make a window tag or, insert of some sort. I'm going to get a little, let's set this aside. Okay, so that's two different things. Well, actually three. Now, one thing that I wanted to show you that was really fun is I take my, now this is a 3, and I can use a 2 also for this, number 2. Let's see, do I have any more 2s cut up? I don't know. But you know how to cut them. Now these ones, these are all 3s. These are 4s. Oh, here's a 2. Okay. So, here's, oh no, this isn't a 2. These are me would put together. My, yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. So what I have here, let's just pretend this is a, let's just make another 2, and I'll just use it. All right. I don't want to just waste, well, not like I'm wasting this, right? I got tons of it. So I didn't have a 2, so I'm going to go ahead and put this, let's move you out again. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Get the corners and the center real good. Okay. So here's a 2. And I'm going to smooth it down. I'll just use it even though it's wet. Okay. I have a 2. This is a book that was sewn. Oh gosh, I really messed that up. It's wet. But this is a book that was sewn in the signatures. All the signatures were sewn in. I think it had about, 30, 35 signatures in this. This is not a man-made book. This is a manufactured book. But nonetheless, let's cut this rough edge off. Okay. A little bit more. I got it pretty rough there. Okay. I am going to use my bone folder because it is wet and I want to make sure it sticks down while we're doing this. Okay. Smooth this side. Okay, so now what I've done here, we're going to make some tickets. We can make some tickets. This is a belly band. I made a belly band out of number 3, but back to the tickets. Now the tickets that I've made a couple different sizes. This is 1 inch because I think typically, excuse me, I got the hiccups now. Typically, now here's some tickets I've already made. Okay, we're like that. And I did my little, I don't have one of those corner things, so I did this on my edges. and then I poked a hole in the center there. So these are some that I made. This one here turned out really cool with the ship in the center. I left it square and just put one of these on this side, one on the other side. Okay, and I did use washi tape on these. And this one here, I did 4 of them, but I lost one on the way back here to my studio. I put the same thing on each side and left it square. But on this one, I also added little stitching, you know, little faux stitching around the edges. I think it looks cute. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Okay. So you can see they're not, you know, uniform in size. If you want to make them uniform in size, that's totally up to you. And so let's do this. So this is 8 1/2, remember? So I'm going to use 2 1/8, 2 1/8, 2 1/8. I can get 4 of them out of here, I think. Yes. So I'm going to do, let's see. That's 1, 2, and 1/8, and then 2 and 1/8. And you can leave these, I cut these ones out so you could see them better, but you can leave these in your strip until you've decorated and sewn around or whatever you're going to do before you start cutting them up. Let's see, so 2 and, where am I? 2 and 1/8 right here. And then 2 and 8. Perfect. Now, just for you, I'm going to draw across here. Do I need to scooch back in again? And here. Oh, need to sharpen this pencil. There. And does any of you like those really old-fashioned, you know, used to see in the old schoolhouse, crank pencil sharpeners? You know, they were metal. And when you'd open them up, the stuff would fall all over the floor. Yeah, those ones. I love those. All right, now I'm going to cut these. Actually, I'm not going to cut these. I'm going to just go ahead and put my washi tape on. Let's find something pretty. Let's see what we can find. I do have some really pretty washi tape, but I don't think it's wide enough. This looks like it's about 1 inch or a little better. Yeah, let's just use this one. I do have some really pretty ones. Oh, here, this one's a good size too. And underneath all of this, I believe I have some more. Yeah. Okay, this will do her. Okay. So, I have no idea what any of this stuff on here means. It's like from old English or something. Now I'm just going to go up over the side and try to aim this the best I can. It might have a little on the edges. But isn't it cool how the book page shows from the inside? I love that. Love that. You can go back down the other side if you want. You don't have to, but let's just do it. No, I'm not going to do it. We're just practicing today. We don't need to do it. Okay, there's that. Now we do have a little tiny bit on the edges there, if you can see that. So I think we can just do this. Yep, that worked. Well, we do it like this. Or we could cut it off, either one, but I am going to sew this, so. And sewing is a whole lot easier than trying to sew around these little guys. But like I said, you can always put faux sewing on there, and it looks cute. If I did this in pencil, because that's all I had where I was, but you can do that in ink. It looked much better. All right, now let's just cut these ends off. Now, the one thing I don't know is if I can still see my lines. And I can. I can see a line here. See a line here. 1, 2. It should be about right here. Yeah, it's right here. I'm going to make a little mark so I can see where I'm going to cut when I cut these. Here, here, here. And that's it. So then you can cut these any way you want to cut them. The tickets come in all shapes and sizes. This is one that is well known, you know, this one. Sometimes, you know, I mean, you don't even have to cut them right now. You can just, you know, keep going and add more and more to your, you know, to your tickets, and make a roll out of them. You can just keep going, you know, adding more and more. Because these, now this one's a 3, but if you do it a 2, it will roll without, you know, tearing. So that's an idea. And then, you know, what you do, I don't have that little end, but you just come along here and you just stick that little corner in there, and it comes out like that. Just like that, that, you know? And you do that, you know, after you cut your tickets. So isn't that cute? I just love the way they come out. You can, you know, you can make these, you know, like I said, decorating them is endless. You can use anything on there. You know what else would look cool on there? And I don't have the stamps, you know, like a lot of people have those stamps that they use. You know, the ones that have lines drawn around a square. I don't have any of those. So I just make them like this, and I think they turn out lovely. Love them, love them, love them. All right. So that's how you do that. So that like number 3 or 4, yeah? Yeah, it is. All right. Let's look at our list. The next thing we have is belly bands, which I started to show you before. I have a belly band like this. Of course, belly bands, I like this one, has more printing on it. Now this is an 8.5 long, so I probably would make it a little bit smaller. Oh, where did that go? I wanted to show you that too. I'll just use a regular piece of paper. Here, I'll use, oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I hit the camera. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, now this is just, you know, like, you can use a piece of paper, and I'll use this. I gotta quit flitting around here, because if I keep doing that, I'm gonna knock you all over the place. I gotta wake you up, right? This I thought of showing you after I thought about the belly band. Of course, you know, the belly band is pretty much, you know, just make it as thick as you want it, make it as tall as you want it, cut it off where you want it if you want it cut off. But, and you know, It is really good. This is a number 3 and it is really strong. So it's not going anywhere. But the thing I wanted to show you, and I'll show you now, is to make a little slide. And then you decorate it. Let me grab some of that. Let's use this one. This one's pretty. And it's a little wider. Now I'm just using washi tape today because it's faster and I have it right here, you know, and you know, it's not going to hurt nothing. Alright, so I'm going to just put this on here best I can. There we go, just like that. Cut her off. Whoop, dropped it on my dog's bed. Yeah, he's under there. Let's fold this over this side. Fold it over this side. Then we'll take these sticky ends off. Pretty much the same process so far, huh? Okay. Then we will take our little press, give it a really good press, sharp edges, press it down. Go. Okay, now this belly band probably could be cut down, you know, probably a 1/4 inch here and a 1/4 inch there, you know, to be on your page. Unless your page is 9, you know, or this will go right to the top and right to the bottom, you know, of your 8.5 by 11 page. Okay, so we're going to make a slider. I love these sliders. You just take it, make a mark there, make a mark here, and then make it a little bit looser. Just a little bit looser. All right. Cut a lot of this off. And all we care about, we'll put the smooth side on the back side. Okay. What we want to make sure is that these come together in the front. I like that. And, yeah, I got this a little too loose. There we go. Try to make them even. All right. And then you just take a little bit of glue. I'll just use this. I don't know how long this has taken us so far, but we don't want to be too long. And then what we do is we put something that we've cut out, you know, a picture. Let's see what we got here. I got my box. Yeah, I got all kinds of things in here. Let's see if we have any little pictures. We could put it like a number. Here's a number 9. Or different kind of, here's a, oh, here's a little owl. I like that owl. He would need a backing though, because he's a little, this is cute. Where does the time go? I like that, but it would need a backing. It could even be something like this. That's a little too big. Well, there's got to be something in here. How about one of these? This would be perfect. Okay. And actually, this number 9 would be perfect. Or 6, whatever you want it. Okay. And then you take this, ink it if you want it. It can be just a 1-ply. It doesn't need to be anything but that. And you put the glue on it, just in the middle. And put it on. Try to get it as centered as you can. I do. I could have put that 6 on here, or a smaller 6 on here, or just this piece right there. I could have put that on there. Would have looked nice too. And then when it's in your book, you know, you have something to tuck things in, right? And you also have a cute little slide. It'll slide up and down. I just think that's pretty awesome. And where did I learn that? I think I learned this from Artie Mays. I'll say Artie Mays because one of her kits had this in it that I had bought, and I thought it was just the cutest thing. I've used it in several, you know, of my books, and I think that's just really nice how that turns out. And this is how it'll look on a page, you know, like this. And then this thing will slide up and down. Just kind of a fun thing. If you put a pretty lady's picture there, or flowers, or, you know, whatever you want on top, you know, that'll fit your space nicely. And then you can slide it up and down. So I thought if you know, haven't done that, you might want to see that. All right. Do we have any time left? I don't know. Have no clue. Let me check a look. I can't see it. Yeah, it looks like we're out of time. So, I do have more on my list though. And we will be doing some more of these. You know, I've got page side tucks, up tucks, small center tucks, envelopes, coin envelopes, the long, the short, the packets, all kinds of things. So we will go into some of these other things at another time. So right now, I just want to say, everybody, if you've enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. Helps me get noticed in YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And the more subscribers I get, the more often I'd be recommended maybe to someone else that goes on YouTube. So I appreciate all your help. And so you take care till next time, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.